She has rose-colored hair. And is carrying an enormous
Welcome! A customer! This is so exciting!
Well,
what do you serve?
Anything you want. How about the chef's special made from top-quality deep-fried niblet hair balls?
Are you sure that's...
Oh, yes, it definitely won't kill you, I can guarantee it. And since you're my first customer in days, no charge.
Nothing ventured.
That's the spirit. Take the plunge, I say. Well, does it make your taste buds sing? Are you transported to culinary heaven?
This is...
Too tart? Too much salt, perhaps? I can brush it off if you like.
No, it's actually...
God! I mean, of course it's good. I knew you'd love it. Unfortunately, it's not very nutritious. People are more health-conscious these days, which is ironic, considering the times.
Nutritious or not, you'd think that more people would come back for this.
I think it must be me. I just don't have a head for business. No matter how hard I've been living on the brink of financial ruin for years now. My son got sick of it, so he left.
You've got the chops to be a good cook, though. Why don't you try to find yourself a partner? You know...
Now that you mention it, I hear there's a famous food expert here in Yusnaan. Apparently he specializes in turning around lost causes. I'll bet... No, I know he could help me, but how do I find him?
And what is it?
Gordon Gourmet. Despite his fame, he's hard to track.
Gordon Gourmet. I'll remember it.
You are far too kind. Thank you so much. I hope you find him soon.
Tell me, are you the famous food expert?
Possibly. I do boast a certain renown in culinary. I see. CD's restaurant, you say? I do hate to see a good restaurant go undiscovered.
So, will you help him out? I can take you right...
Oh, no. CD's restaurant? I'm afraid you'll...
I can't persuade you?
Impossible. This city is overflowing with restaurants crying out for the deft helping hand of Gordon Gourmet. Right, my rule. I have an ironclad policy. I cannot help an establishment unless the owner approaches me directly.
You just made that up, didn't you? All right, can you just give me some advice now and I'll pass it along to the...
That sounds reasonable. I mean, I'd hate to see a except... If I give advice, I need to make sure that it is communicated, and that means my messenger has to understand the instructions.
Well, I guess that rules me out. I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to be a top chef, or even a godmother. All you need is a discerning palate. Practically anyone can acquire one with...
I'm not sure what you mean by a discerning palate, but I don't think I have one.
Trust me when I say it can be found. In fact, a tour of the best establishments of the gluttonous quarters should do.
Upstairs is the banquet of the Lord, the best restaurant. Welcome. We have a popular selection of sweets. Our customers come here to put down their shopping bags and rest their weary feet. We put a lot of love into our cakes, and that's what makes them so good.
That was useful information, but you still have more to learn.
Weapon storage. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest
Welcome!
security officer.
How can I be of help? From the elegant simplicity of straight spirits on the rocks to complex and fruity concoctions with little umbrellas, we serve all kinds of drinks. Cocktails can be served, chilled or warm, shaken or stirred. Everyone has their own preferences. We encourage customers to consult with our staff.
Light, I'm glad you're enjoying all the food. This is the Glutton's Quarter.
Step right up. Get the best meat and kebabs in Yusnaan. Our meat is shipped directly from the wildlands. We use only natural ingredients, none of that synthetic. Grilling and roasting are the best. The key is knowing how, and we do that better than anyone else.
You're gonna be a real food.
Every one of our fish is fresh caught and delicious. We get our seafood fresh every morning. Comes straight out of the ocean. Tastes great raw or grilled. A chef is even more important when preparing uncooked dishes. The way you slice a tuna makes all the difference in the world.
2 more places, Light, and you'll have managed to sample all the popular restaurants in the Glutton's Quarter.
Calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description to the nearest security.
Welcome. When offering a complete dining experience to discerning patrons, superb food and excellent drink, one must always anticipate the needs of your patron. I am constantly assessing the dining space from the viewpoint of my customers. The comfort, the decor. Our customers want more than just a meal. They come for the memories they can savor for years.
Almost there, Light. You have 1 more restaurant left to visit.
Palace guards are conducting a search for the intruder calling herself the Savior. She has rose-colored hair and is carrying an enormous weapon.
Come enjoy the healthy
Citizens are asked
fruits
to
of the
report
earth.
persons matching this description to the nearest security officer.
Even kids who hate greens love my veggie dishes. Vitamins in vegetables are determined by their color. You want a wide variety for a well-balanced...
Well, you visited all the talk to a real expert.
Palace guards
Go to
are
the bank.
conducting a
Well,
search for
how
the
goes the
intruder
culinary
calling
tour?
herself the
I did what
Savior.
you
She
suggested.
has
I visited the
rose-colored
top
hair
restaurants
and
in the
is carrying
neighborhood.
an enormous
That is
weapon.
excellent news.
Citizens
So
are
now
asked
let me
to
give you...
report
If
persons
Seedy's
matching
restaurant
this
wants to turn its
description to the
business
nearest
around...
security
Wait,
officer.
you've eaten at Seedy's and at the best establishments in Yusnaan. Why don't you tell me what you... I'd be interested to hear your opinion.
Why? Is this some kind of test?
Yes, exactly. Now tell me, what did all the successful restaurants have?
Let me see. Everyone I spoke to was helpful. They seemed honest and open. I don't think they were lying.
Oh, would you care to...
Well, it almost felt like they were hiding something from the customers. But it wasn't as if they were deliberately lying. In fact, I don't think they realized it themselves. They thought they were... Yes, that's it. It was unconscious, like an instinct. They were hiding something, but I'd say the very best chefs, restaurant managers, and bartenders all share some kind of secret. It's like...
What a wonderful deduction. You have hit the nail on the head. To think you discovered this answer, it is as you say. The best, most successful restaurants have a certain je ne sais quoi. And finding that something, that is... In other words, if the restaurant does not already have a special something, then I simply cannot help it.
Then what about Seedy's? Do you think you can help him?
I can tell you this, the chef there already knows his secret. The talent, unfortunately for him, the secret spice that gives his dishes flair is extremely rare. He cannot secure... Let me be specific. Once upon a time, Seedy's recipes all featured the spice commonly known as... But then supplies dried up and the restaurant fell into a long decline.
You seem to know a lot about Seedy's.
Well, a long time ago... Let's just say we...
Fine by me. All I need to know is that if I can find this spice, the restaurants should start bringing in customers.
Yes, exactly. The problem is the spice is not easy to find. In fact, the only way to acquire it would be... Such a shame. All for want of a single spice, his restaurant is failing.
If you can't even see the play.
evil has a price. Get back to where you belong.
That's it, Light. You found some civet musk.
Ha! I'd recognize that fragrance anywhere. You found civet musk. Thank you indeed. It's very kind what you're doing. Cedes is lucky to have you on its side.
Why are you thanking me? If anyone should be grateful, it's me, and the owner of Cedes.
Oh, quite so. When you put it that way, of course you're right. But back to business. Here, I developed this new and original. I want you to take it back to Cedes together with the civet musk you acquired. The owner will be waiting anxiously for you.
So, you still don't want to meet him yourself?
I'm afraid that won't happen. Not ever again. However, that doesn't stop me from wishing him and Cedes the very best. Please tell him that whatever...
Lightning, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And that's why Gordon won't meet.
Gordon Gourmet created a new recipe for you. You should make it with this civet musk. Do that, and you'll be able to save your...
Why, thank you! This is wonderful! This is incredible! Everything is here in black and white! A groundbreaking dish! I'd never have thought to do half the things in this recipe that you...
Notice anything else?
About the recipe? No, not particularly. It's well organized, written in a clear hand... Wait. This handwriting, it looks strangely familiar.
I think so. It turns out Gordon Gourmet has a secret.
He is? And you're sure it was him who created this wonderful recipe? But more importantly, he's in this town.
You have nothing to worry about. He's doing great. Except, I'm really sorry, but I don't think he wants to see you again. I can't tell you where he is.
But why? Yes, we quarreled when he left, but that was a long time ago. Is he still angry?
Do you have a message for him? I can make sure he gets it.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna make... Would you be so good as to deliver it to him? At the very least, truth be told, what I really want to tell him, perhaps if he knew that I still haven't lost my touch.
I don't think words alone will do it, but if he tries your dish and likes it, that might be enough for him.
And there it is, finished at last. Here, please, I want you to be the...
All right. Wow, this might be the most delicious thing.
Why, thank you. Although all the credit... Here, I've made enough for one more. I've asked you for many...
Sure, I'll take it.
But he still clearly wants to help out.
Colored hair. And is carrying an enormous weapon. Citizens are asked to report persons matching this description.
Do I smell what I think I smell?
I do, don't...
Yes, the owner at Cedes insisted that I bring you a portion.
I see. Well, oh, yes. A perfect balance of fuzzy mutton and civet musk. The palate sings. It's a microcosm of culinary delight. A theme. And if you think that's hyperbole, I've only just begun. This is even better than I imagined. I always knew he was a skilled chef, but this...
So, why don't you go back there and help him out?
Go back? What do you mean? I've never... Oh, the cat's out of the bag. You've somehow figured it... Yes, I admit it. I am indeed the son. It was a long time ago, but one day we quarreled, and I left the shop vowing never. But even after I left, I vowed that one day I would rebuild the restaurant. That's what started me on my journey. Since then, I devoted every waking hour to learning about the color. After many years of study, I finally had an epiphany. I realized what Cedes restaurant needed to regain.
You had a falling out because of the men, but when your father saw your recipe, he was thrilled. All he could talk about was how he dreamed of you coming back. So the two of you could...
So he recognizes my ability. Oh, the fact is, I abandoned him in the restaurant when times were tough. I'm ashamed.
You mustn't feel that way, my son.
Father, how did you...
My apologies to the young lady, but I wanted to see you. I followed her after. What do you say? Let's start over. You set out on your own, did things your own way, stayed true to yourself, and now look what you can do. The recipe that you created was amazing. I've never seen the likes of it.
But Father,
Not in my wildest dreams could I have conceived of such a dish. Indeed, if you had given it to me back... But worse, I wouldn't have believed you could be capable of such a thing. I always underestimated you, my...
It's all right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for abandoning you and the restaurant.
Looks like you two have made up.
Yes.
Now let's get to it, shall we?
We'll make CDs a success again!